Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarati Shobha Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aarati Shobha Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Shunyavadi Vastityade Satarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasatyade Satarine
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Jaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Jaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Secretary Stotra Stata Shri March His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pariva Jagacharya Stotra Stata Shri March His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Sikho Shri Krshna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mathura Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Jagannathpuri Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Gangamaya Munamaya Ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Sankirtan Yagya Ki Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Welcome. My name is Krishna Dulal Das, and I'd like to welcome you to our Sunday Feast program. We're at the residence of our beloved Shri Gaura Nitai ki Jai. I'll start off by asking if there's anybody here coming for the first time. Any first time comers? Hare Krishna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Maybe I'll ask, how did you find out about this program? How do you know that we're gathering here together, and how did you know to be here with us today?
My sister is living here since a long time, so she knows that there's a temple here.
Okay, so have you been living here for a while too, or are you visiting from somewhere? Or
No, I'm just back to India. I visited many times.
Okay, so it's not your first time in an ISKCON temple? You've been before. Okay, and yourself?
Yeah, I also visit ISKCON many times in India, and with her, I'm coming from.
Okay, wonderful. You're welcome. And there's somebody else in the back also, yeah?
Also,
You come. Okay, first time in a temple?
yes,
First time temple experience. Okay, great. So you might see that, okay, it's different than in other places that you've been to, different places of worship. Obviously, there's different ways of worshiping the Lord and cultivating that relationship. So here, as we have it, usually also known as the Hare Krishna movement. Have you heard about that? Hare Krishna, the Hare Krishna movement? Yeah. Or ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. This is another, that's the legal name of our movement, society. And we're known for chanting the names of the Lord in this form. It's this mantra, we can do it together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this is kind of our way of making communion with the Lord. These words, Sanskrit words together, it's like a form of a prayer, and the prayer is trying to relay a certain, emotion or sentiment or plea, and that plea is, oh Lord, please make me a servant. Please clean my heart. Please make me a channel of your peace, so I could be in tune. I could be your servant. And so we do this, and we do it. We have little beads that we can do it. There's a little bag. Can I see your bag tray that you have? In that bag, there's some beads. Can you show us the beads in there too? Sometimes devotees wear this bag, and I think, who was it? HG Prabhu said, people ask me on the bag, is your hand okay? Is there anything wrong? You have something in your hand, right? So this is where we keep our meditation beads, so we chant this mantra. And then when we come together, we sing it in the form of song together. And we're taught that actually the Lord's name is not different than his form. Right? So by chanting this transcendental sound vibration, not only are we working on ourselves and purifying ourselves, our heart, our motives, our desires, but we're actually having direct communion or associations with the Lord. And as you could see, we had some different articles were being offered. We had some incense, some fire, some flowers. And this is what Prabhupada, our teacher, there's a Murti of him on the side over there. He brought this to us in the 1960s, 1965. And he saw that there was this void in society. People were just, unhappy. There's civil unrest. They felt that they didn't like to follow the authority, within the government and society and whatnot. And there was this real search for spirituality, some kind of connection. And Prabhupada gave this to us. He actually gave us a whole process by which we can, 24 hours a day, become engaged and not be bored, and always find some kind of activity where we can actually have this communion, make this connection, and work on developing this connection. Therefore, everything we do, starting from greeting the Lord, dressing the Lord, the deities, you can see we have some beautiful garlands, beautiful pieces of jewelry. Every day the deities are dressed, and food stuff are being offered. Songs are being made, the teachers are being bathed, they're being, so much care and attention is being put to that. And so the next part of our program is actually we get to learn a little bit more about what it is that Prabhupada, the instructions that he gave us and following in the disciplic session that he learned from his teachers and from the Lord directly. And so we'll have about 30 to 40 minutes presentation on the science of Krishna consciousness, and after which, usually, I think we'll have some facility for questions and reflections, and we'd like to hear from you. And so perhaps we can carry on with that. And at the same time, what we'll do is we did a post on our little WhatsApp group that we'll have a kids program downstairs, so maybe the kids, youth, can come downstairs with us, and we'll have some activities for us to do in the meantime. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today, His Grace, Bhakti Alex. So Bhakti Alex he's a homegrown Ottawa boy, and he came through Govinda's actually. That's the first time that he came to see the devotees. We have Govinda's, which is a restaurant that we're running out of this building throughout the weeks, open 12 to 7, 6 days a week. And he was coming and inquiring, he saw some books, and I guess the rest is history. He got really immersed into it, met some other devotees, he traveled a little bit in different places, and also got some association and some experience. And so today we're very excited to hear what he has to share with us from his realizations. And from the Bhagavad Gita, I imagine that's what we're going to be hearing from. So let's give another round of applause to Bhakti. Kids, let's go. We'll go downstairs.
Well, hello there.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Can we ask everyone to move forward, because we expect more guests, much more by the end.
Jaya, Radha, Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Jaya, Radha, Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Jaya, Radha, Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Yashodanandana Bhaja Janandana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janandana Yamuna Tiya Vanachari Yamuna Tiya Vanachari Yamuna Tiya Vanachari Yamuna Tiya Vanachari Jaya
Vasudeva.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Sunday Feast program. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to talk about Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is sitting at the corner there, Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru. And today I wanted to speak about the importance of Shravanam. So if you recall, if you were there at the last Sunday feast discussion that I was a part of, it was on Kirtanam. It was on chanting, the importance of chanting. So I thought, why not talk about hearing? So if you're familiar with the processes of Bhakti Yoga, the 9 processes, there's, anybody knows? 9 processes of devotional service?
Shravanam, Kirtanam.
Yes, thank you very much. So actually, if you didn't know, this is a yoga class, actually. But it's bhakti yoga. It's not the kind of stretching you think of. But this is a yoga class. So it's not like some religious belief or anything like that. This is the science of bhakti yoga, actually, or the science of the soul. And the two main processes or activities that we do in this kind of yoga is hearing and chanting. So it's Shravanam and Kirtanam. So that's what we're going to talk about. So now we're going to read a verse from the Bhagavad Gita 9.2. I've heard in Prabhupada Memories, if you go on YouTube, you can find amazing accounts from the disciples of Srila Prabhupada that talk about his experiences with him. And on one such video, I heard that Srila Prabhupada said the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is the most important one. If you have to just read one. Because there was this soldier who said, I don't have time, just give me one chapter. And he said, just learn chapter 9 and you'll be okay. Because it talks about the confidential knowledge about not only who we are as a spirit soul, but who the Supreme Personality of Godhead actually is, and what is our relationship with Him, and how can we reconnect, how can we reawaken the dormant love in our heart for the Supreme Lord. So, Bhagavad Gita 9.2 is what we're going to read. I think you can see up there what's going on, right? No. Why is it on a slideshow? It's supposed to be sharing right now. Right? It's supposed to be sharing, but it's not following me along here. So what to do? If you guys have a phone, you can go on 9.2, I guess, because I don't know what's going on. So it's, if I move it like this, and it moves. No, it's not following me at all. Yeah, but it's not supposed to be, it's not actually connected to this. I am screen sharing right now. Let me see what I can do. I'll try to just share again, see what happens. But it looks like it's kind of stuck on that screen. I'll try to just, turn it off and then back on, I guess. This is the thing with technology. Okay, here we go. So, 9.2. This is Lord Sri Krishna, Supreme Lord Himself, speaking. So, people will say, there's a God. Where is He? Why can't I see Him? Why can't I talk to Him? Well, guess what? He talked to us. He told us everything we need to know, actually. But the thing is, because of ignorance, we don't want to believe. Or we don't want to even give it a chance. Why don't we give it a chance? Why don't we just hear? What did Krishna say? Let's see. So 9.2. I'm going to recite the Sanskrit and you can repeat after me. Raja Vidaya, Raja Vidaya, Raja Guyam. Pavitamidam uttamam. Patyakshava gamam dharmyam. Susukam katum avyayam. Raja Vidyaya Raja Guyam. Pavitamidam uttamam. Patyakshava gamam dharmyam. Susukam katum avyayam. Anybody want to give it a go?
Raja Vidya Raja Guyam.
Raja Vidya Raja Guyam. Pavitamidam uttamam. Patyakshavagamam dhamyam. Susukam kartum avyayam. Somebody else?
Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam.
Raja Vidya Raja Guyam.
Pavitram idam uttamam.
Pavitam idam uttamam.
Pratyakshavagamam dharmyam.
Patyakshavagamam dharmyam.
Susukham kartumavyayam.
Susukam kartam avyayam. Okay, one last one.
Rajvidya Rajaguhyam
Raja Vidya Rajaguyam
Pavitram Idamuttamam
Pavitam Idamuttamam
Pratyakshagamam Dharmyam
Pratyakshavargamam Dhamyam
Susukham Kartum Avyayam
Susukam Kautum Avyayam. Okay, thank you very much. Isn't it beautiful though? Even if you don't know what it's saying, like this is a song actually. It's a beautiful song in Sanskrit. This is what Bhagavad Gita means. Bhagavad means God, and Gita is a song. So this is the song of God. And the Sanskrit language is very special actually. It's said to come from the spiritual world actually. It comes from a language, Devanagari, which is pretty much the same thing. Devanagari literally means Deva, the gods, language of the gods. So this is not a man-made language. This is why it's so powerful. And actually, on this Friday is a very special day, and you should be here if you can, because we have Gita Jayanti, which is we're going to be reciting the whole Srimad Bhagavad Gita together from start to finish, 700 verses in Sanskrit. I think we're doing one chapter English, one chapter Sanskrit, alternate like that. I remember last year, it blew my mind. Actually, I was in Toronto Temple. There's just something about just hearing those transcendental vibration that just changes your consciousness. And it's beyond the material. We're so stuck on the mental platform. Oh, I have to understand what this is saying. Oh, I have to know. Oh, they're singing a song. I don't know what the words is. I'm not interested. Well, actually, you have to understand the power of these mantras, of this Sanskrit vibration. It's beyond the mental. We have to go beyond the mental. This is Bhakti Yoga, actually. Oh, something happened. Okay. Let's try again. This is my first time trying this out, this screen mirroring thing, so... Yeah, looks like it's not sharing anymore. Something else I can do is share on my phone. Maybe that'll work. Let's try that. Okay, I guess the phone is working. Oh, back to the laptop. Okay, so we're going to read the synonyms together. Raja Vidya, the king of education. Raja Guyam, the king of confidential knowledge. Pavitam, the purest. Idam, this. Uttamam, transcendental. Pratyaksha, by direct experience. Avagamam, understood. Dharmyam, the principle of religion. Susukam, very happy. Kartum, to execute. Avyayam, everlasting. So this part of Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, the synonyms, is actually very important because you can see, okay, how did he translate these words, and then you can see if it's authentic, and you can get opinions from Sanskrit scholars also. Because I read some other Bhagavad Gitas before where you don't have this, you don't have the synonyms. You just have to trust. Okay, I'm going to trust that what you're saying, this is the right translation. But a lot of the times it's bogus actually. Maybe that's why they don't put the synonyms. So, translation. This knowledge is the king of education. This is Krishna speaking to Arjuna, his student. The most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Okay, repeat after me. This knowledge is the king of education.
This knowledge is the king of education.
The most secret of all secrets.
The most secret of all secrets.
It is the purest knowledge.
It is the purest knowledge.
And because it gives direct perception.
And because it gives direct perception.
Of the self by realization.
Of the self by realization.
It is the perfection of religion.
It is the perfection of religion.
It is everlasting.
It is everlasting.
And it is joyfully performed.
It is joyfully performed.
Isn't this nice? Isn't this something we might want to be interested in? This knowledge is the king of education. So every other education pales in comparison to this. This is the king. It's the most secret of all secrets. Don't we all want to know secrets? Imagine the most deepest secret you could ever know. The most purest knowledge. And it gives direct perception of the self. So you can actually realize, who am I? Who is the self? Perfection of religion, you know. This is the highest form of understanding God. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. It's not so serious. It's not just like religion is serious. Oh, I have to follow these rules and regulations or else I'm going to go to hell. It doesn't have to be like that. With the Bhagavad Gita, it's very different. It's joyfully performed. If you actually follow this seriously, strictly, there has to be some seriousness, some strictness to it. But then what comes out of it? Joy. So much joy. So much peace. Bliss. So we'll read the purport. It's pretty long, but Srila Prabhupada is amazing. And my point today is I want to encourage you to read Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures. So what's the best way than just reading it? Actually, one of my main source of inspiration is Holiness Keshava Bharati Maharaj, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He says, every Srimad Bhagavatam class or Bhagavad Gita class should start with at least 15 minutes of just reading Srila Prabhupada's books, because I cannot say anything better than Prabhupada ever could. I'm just trying to repeat what he said, so why not just hear directly from here? So let's hear what he has to say. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India are Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Yagya, Valkya, Shandilya, and Vaishvanara. Thank you. And finally, there is Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. Now, the Lord says that this 9th chapter is the king of all such knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential knowledge because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They are educated in external knowledge. As far as ordinary education is concerned, people are involved with so many departments: politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, IT, etc. There are so many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities. But there is, unfortunately, no university or educational institution where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. I'll just do a little aside there. Yesterday I was just decided to go through the Indigo story. You know, it's a whole, so many books. I was just like, is there anything on spirituality, on the soul? There's barely anything. There's like a few little books. I found one Bhagavad Gita, but you know, it's a like whitewashed version of it. So this is the point. Yet the soul is the most important part of the body. Without the presence of the soul, the body has no value. Still, people are placing great stress on the bodily necessities of life, not caring for the vital soul. The Bhagavad Gita, especially from the 2nd chapter on, stresses the importance of the soul. In the very beginning, the Lord says that this body is perishable and that the soul is not perishable. Antavanta ime deha nityastokya shayanaha. That is a confidential part of knowledge. Simply knowing that the spirit soul is different from this body and that its nature is immutable, indestructible, and eternal. But that gives no positive information about the soul. Sometimes people are under the impression that the soul is different from the body, and that when the body is finished or one is liberated from the body, the soul remains in a void and becomes impersonal. But that is actually not the fact. How can the soul, which is so active within this body, be inactive after being liberated from the body? It is always active. If it is eternal, then it is eternally active. And its activities in the spiritual kingdom are the most confidential part of spiritual knowledge. These activities of the spirit soul are therefore indicated here as constituting the king of all knowledge, the most confidential part of all knowledge. This knowledge is the purest form of all activities, as explained in Vedic literature. In the Padma Purana, man's sinful activities have been analyzed and are shown to be the results of sin after sin. Those who are engaged in fruitive activities are entangled in different stages and forms of sinful reactions. For instance, when the seed of a particular tree is sown, the tree does not appear immediately to grow. It takes some time. It is first a small sprouting plant, and then it assumes the form of a tree. Then it flowers and bears fruit. And when it is complete, the flowers and fruits are enjoyed by persons who have sown the seed of the tree. Similarly, a man performs a sinful act, and like a seed, it takes time to fructify. There are different stages. The sinful action may have already stopped within the individual, but the results or the fruits of that sinful action are still to be enjoyed. There are sins which are still in the form of a seed, and there are others which are already fructified and are giving us fruit, which we are enjoying as distress and pain. As explained in the 28th verse of the 7th chapter, a person who has completely ended the reactions of all sinful activities and who is fully engaged in pious activities, being freed from the duality of this material world, becomes engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In other words, those who are actually engaged in the devotional service... Oh, something happened. Okay. Those who are actually engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord are already freed from all reactions. This statement is confirmed in the Padma Purana. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalam mukam kamenaiva padiyeta vishnu bhakti ratatmana. For those who are engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all sinful reactions, whether fructified in the stalk or in the form of a seed, gradually vanish. Therefore, the purifying potency of devotional service is very strong and is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest. Uttama means transcendental. Tamas means this material world or darkness, and Uttama means that which is transcendental to material activities. Devotional activities are never to be considered material, although sometimes it appears that devotees are engaged just like ordinary men. One who can see and is familiar with devotional service will know that they are not material activities. They are spiritual and devotional, uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. I think I'll stop here, actually, and maybe that'll give you some impetus to go on your own and finish it. You're like, I wonder what he's going to say at the end. So I'll go on. It's not, it's not working again. Well, okay, so we'll go back to the, is it working now? Okay, so I wanted to ask you a question after you were patiently hearing, which thank you very much. I know our mind is flickering in this day and age. So I want to ask, who here is hearing or reading Srila Prabhupada's books every day? You can lift your hand. Can you put it up higher? Yes, thank you very much. Who is hearing specifically Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis? Yes, okay, very good, thank you. Can I ask you why do you do that? Can one of you tell me why do you spend precious time in your day hearing Srila Prabhupada's books? Can somebody tell me?
Nitya Bhagavata Seva cleanses the heart from all the difficulties that we go through day by day.
It cleanses the heart of all the difficulties that we go through day by day. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Yes?
Purifies our mind, soul, and heart.
Purifies our mind,
Soul,
soul, and heart. Yes. Thank you very much. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. I really was, trust me. And my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances. So if I'm able to say anything remotely useful to you, it's because of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and so many wonderful devotees that are guiding me back home, back to Godhead. Vanchakalpatubhyascha kipa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavavebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pachayine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatayine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, what is Shravanam? Can anybody tell me? Can somebody say? Hearing what? Hearing the radio? What? Huh? Hearing the pastimes of the Lord. Is it just His pastimes or anything else? Think anything about the Lord. Hearing the chanting of the holy name, even hearing the form, the qualities, paraphernalia, the pastimes, His teachings. Ideally, from the mouth of a pure devotee, it comes out. It has even a deeper effect on our heart, on our consciousness. So, it's hearing, reading Shastra or scriptures, such as Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's many scriptures actually written by Srila Vyasadeva, which was an empowered incarnation of the Lord. So yeah, most notably Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I wanted to see, what does Bhagavatam say about Shravanam, or what does Srila Prabhupada say in the Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam, if you don't know, it's known as the ripened fruit of the Vedic tree. So there's so many different spiritual scriptures to help. It's kind of a huge manual. You know, when you get a car, you get this big manual, but nobody's going from the start to the finish and reading the whole thing. It's depending on what you want, whatever you need, you go to a certain part in it. So if you want to reach the goal of life, which is to go back home, back to Godhead, redevelop that pure love in your heart for the Lord, then where do you go? You go in the page of the huge manual, and you go to the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. But the Bhagavatam expands on the Bhagavad Gita in terms of Bhakti Yoga. So in the purport of Canto 7, chapter 5, verse 23 to 24, this is when Prahlad Maharaj, he's describing what are the 9 processes of devotional service to his demoniac father, Hiranyakashipu. And in the purport, in terms of hearing, Prabhupada says, hearing from the text of Srimad Bhagavatam is considered the most important process of hearing. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of transcendental chanting of the holy name, and therefore the chanting and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendently full of mellows. So you might be thinking, well, you're advertising Bhagavatam here. Why do we need Bhagavad Gita? Why don't we just read Srimad Bhagavatam? And this verse here supports that too, where it says that completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth. Bhagavad Purana is another name for Srimad Bhagavatam, which is considerable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. So this is the second verse of the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the verse 3, it says, O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. So again, Why do we need Bhagavad Gita? And this was a question I used to have, like, you know, more at the beginning of my Krishna consciousness when I first joined the temple in Toronto, because I had read a couple other Bhagavad Gitas from, you know, different authors, and when I first started to hear about Bhagavatam, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And it's very long, you know, it's 18,000 verses. So I was just like, let me just read Bhagavatam. It includes Bhagavad Gita. Why do I need Bhagavad Gita also? But then His Grace Prana Gauranga Prabhu, he told me, he's like, no. You never stop hearing Bhagavad Gita no matter what. And this is why. Because it includes the king of all education. So I'll just read from the purport here. Prabhupada says, the Lord says that this 9th chapter is the king of all such knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential because confidential or transcendental knowledge involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. So, scriptures about devotional service are the kings of all education because they teach us the most important knowledge that we need to finally become eternally happy, blissful, and satisfied. So yes, the Bhagavad Gita is called more like the ABCs. It's more like the ABCs. And I don't know if I put the... Okay, something happened again. Just one second. I just wanted to show you there's... I don't think I actually I wanted to make a ladder, but I don't think I made it. But basically what I want to say is that Prabhupada said that Bhagavad Gita is like your undergrad degree, you know, undergrad degree. And then you have Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a master's degree. And then the PhD would be Chaitanya Charitamrita. And what is the subject matter? Can somebody tell me? What's the department?
Bhagavad Gita, that I am a soul.
But what are we studying in the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Devotional service.
Devotional service, yeah. So this is the science of Bhakti Yoga. So if you go to school, are you going to get a good grade if you don't study any textbooks? No, you need the textbook. This is the textbook. This is a science, actually. Maybe we'll just go without the PowerPoint. Just do the old school style. Prabhupada didn't have any PowerPoints, you know, and everybody loved his classes, so what to do. Yeah, so I wanted to read this quote here that helps us understand no matter how advanced we are, we should never stop hearing Gita on a regular basis. This is actually from His Holiness Keshava Bharatiya Maharaj, which I think is an unsung hero in Hare Krishna movement. At least for me, he's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada and a pure devotee of the Lord. And anyways, this is what he has to say about the Bhagavad Gita and hearing it daily. He said, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada told us, was the postgraduate study. Srimad Bhagavatam is the graduate study, and the Bhagavad Gita is the undergraduate study. The axiomatic truths, and I have seen it with my own eyes, devotees think that to go to the graduate and postgraduate, they kind of can leave the Gita behind. No, we can no longer leave the axiomatic truths of the Gita behind in our behavior towards one another. Then we can leave behind the relationships of the integers going to higher studies of mathematics. So just in case you don't know what axiomatic means, because I didn't know either, is basically it's true all the time, no matter what, anywhere, any circumstance. This is the absolute truth. So this is what the Bhagavad Gita is like. And nothing that we can say, any humans, nothing we can say, nothing we can write, we can claim to be like that if we talk about spirituality, because we are imperfect beings. But when it comes from the Lord, we know that it's axiomatic, that is for sure true. So an example here is, how much is 6 times 6? Everybody can tell. You don't have to think. No one who is educated has to think. 9 times 9. You don't have to think. It's there. This axiomatic truth that Krishna gives to Arjuna, the first verse after Tadvidi Paripatena Paripashnena Sevaya tells us what that transcendental knowledge is. And what is it? You won't fall down because you'll see that all living beings are but a part of me. In other words, that they are mine. So the point that he's trying to get across here is this. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us the ABCs, yes, but how long does it really take us to even understand the ABCs? A lifetime or even more. The biggest part of the ABCs is that we're a spirit soul, that we're not this body. Already that takes forever. So you have to keep hearing, keep chanting, keep hearing. And then you'll see what happens. So I just wanted to keep it brief, keep it short. And I wanted to share some practical tips on hearing spiritual knowledge. Because it's known to be one of the two most important processes of devotional service. If you come here, I would think it's because you're interested in the science of Krishna consciousness and the science of Bhakti Yoga. Or maybe you just like it because it's a nice environment. But I'm telling you, you're going to get so much more out of it if you actually daily take it to your everyday life. Because this is the goal of life, I have a university degree, I could be doing so many other things in the material world trying to be happy like that. But I know it's not actually going to make me happy. You see, so many people have so much money, they have all the things that we're craving for, but they're still suffering, they still have anxiety. But this kind of knowledge can take us to a place called Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha literally means a place of no anxiety. Vai means no, Kunta is place of no anxiety. Sounds pretty good. So here are some practical tips on hearing spiritual knowledge. 1. Hear at least one class of Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita every day. Preferably one where you can ask questions to the speaker and share reflections and have a discussion to make sure that you actually understand the knowledge and you can figure out how to apply it in your everyday life. Because sometimes you hear all these things and it seems so theoretical, but you have to actually explain it, share reflection, ask questions to see, okay, how do I really apply this in my everyday life? And the beautiful thing about this technology nowadays, as you can tell, although it sometimes messes up, but you can find so many classes online by Srila Prabhupada himself or his disciples, or you can attend every morning here at 6 a.m. We have Srimad Bhagavatam class by wonderful devotees in our community, and it's streamed on Zoom. So, you can put it on, you can either fully pay attention, or maybe you're doing some other task getting ready in the morning, and I'm telling you, you'll have a better day. Like His Holiness Swayam Keshava Maharaj, he says that your life, who you're defined by, you're not defined by your 9 to 5, like your job. You're defined by your 5 to 9. What do you do 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. every morning will define who you are and what your day is like, because it's preparing yourself for your day. So if you can start your day off with the class on scripture, that's the best. It lasted a nice 5 seconds, so that's cool. Number 2 would be hear Prabhupada's books in association of devotees as much as possible. So notice how I say hear Prabhupada's books, because reading is great, reading is fantastic, but if you can hear, it's even better. Because reading, it's in the mind, like you can say, why can't I chant in my mind? Why do I chant out loud? Because if you hear, you're absorbing it more fully, and then it goes into your heart and it changes you. And notice how it says in association of devotees also. Anybody have any idea why it's better to read with other devotees rather than on your own? Anybody say?
You can discuss.
Because you can discuss, yes. Anything else? Yes? Yes?
I guess it would be the same as going into a library and studying at home, avenues, at home, sources of knowledge.
So it's more auspicious. It's like going to a library, you have like an environment, a nice environment. Is that what you're trying to say, or kind of? Yes?
Kind of studying from Krishna energetic environment.
To study Krishna in an energetic environment?
Yeah, because of the devotee and their love for Krishna. The environment is Krishna energy.
Yes, this is a good point. So, I've heard before that bhakti, or Krishna consciousness, is not so much taught as it is caught. So it's kind of like a virus, like the COVID. So if you don't want COVID, you stay away from people who have COVID. But if you want COVID, you go and hug them, you stay close to them, right? So it's kind of like that. You want bhakti, stay close to people who have bhakti. Because it's kind of mystical, but it rubs off on you over time. If you have a humble, submissive mood. So an idea here would be like a daily reading on Zoom. Zoom is a wonderful tool. On the boys' side, we have our daily reading Monday to Thursday. Right now we're reading Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita, which is incredible, his whole biography. So if you could do something like that, that's really awesome. I would say also, if you can hear and read multiple books every day, that would be nice, because some of them are very long. Like if you're like, okay, I'm going to read Bhagavatam and nothing else, well, guess what? You're not going to hear or read any other important knowledge for like a good year or so, probably, because it's very long. So just as an example, what I do is every morning I hear Bhagavad Gita. Like first thing I do in the morning, turn on my speaker, press play on Bhagavad Gita reading when I do my yoga or things like that. Bhagavatam, same thing, would be during the day. And then right now I'm reading Prabhupada Lilamrita at night. It kind of switches up. I like to read something a little bit lighter, like maybe a book from a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Or a Krishna book is always really good, like the whole story of Krishna when he came on earth. But something a little bit more like story driven to kind of get you in the mood to go to sleep. Number 4, share your realizations from hearing with others, they will stick more. So actually, it's important that we hear, but it's also very important that we explain, that we preach, or we share this knowledge. Because then you incorporate it more and it sticks and you remember it, actually. So yeah, you can just say, hey, listen to what I heard this morning. This is awesome. You can do that. 5, you can hear while doing simple tasks such as getting ready in the morning, driving, on a walk, while cooking, while doing dishes, while doing yoga, getting ready for bed, showering. Our time is very limited. In this life, our time is very limited. And it took us a while to get to this adult body, right? It took us so many stages. So you don't want to waste your time. You're at a prime time where you can focus on your spiritual life. If you don't do that, you'll die and you'll come back in a baby body again for so long trying to learn even how to speak or do anything. Like, use your time wisely. 6, associate with devotees who are attached to hearing about Krishna. So like we talked earlier about, association of devotees, how important it is. 7, distribute Prabhupada's books. It will motivate you to hear them more. I've noticed that for myself when I started distributing the books out on the street or anywhere. I find more motivated to actually read them. Because people start asking you questions. Oh, what about this? Oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, so then you're like, okay, I have to really know this philosophy really well, and it pushes you to actually go deeper in your own Krishna consciousness. And also, people start to look at you as a source of inspiration, and then you're like, wow, I have a responsibility actually. I have a responsibility to purify my heart, because this is how I can make a difference in the world. In the deepest sense. Anytime you do any welfare work for people on the material platform, giving them food, shelter, these things are important. You have to take care of the body. However, Prabhupada says this is like you have a drowning man and you're saving his shirt. You're saving his clothes. You save his shirt. Okay, the body is saved, but the soul is still dying. The soul is still suffering. Because the soul doesn't know who it is or why it's here or what's the goal of life. So the soul is lost if you don't give them transcendental knowledge. So, number 8, we're almost done. Number 8, set aside a time period every day for hearing. So it's very good to have a nice schedule. Mother Ikrani Janaki here could tell us. she did a nice program for the students on Monday about time management. So she showed us her schedule is very well organized from the early morning to night. She knows what she's going to do. So if you can you set yourself some time, maybe half an hour. On that time, I'm reading transcendental knowledge. 9, keep your books always in sight. Don't hide them in the corner, in the closet somewhere. Always have them there, because the mind will see them and think, okay, I should read this. This is important. And last one, this is just a suggestion. This is what I do. I've been doing it for over a year. Is you hear readings from His Holiness Keshava Bharati Maharaj. So this goes to my next point, which you cannot see. But I wanted to just briefly give a shout out to Maharaj on his YouTube page called Daily Readings of Srila Prabhupada's books, that I've been hearing to every single day, multiple times a day for over a year now, because it was recommended to you. My main mentor, Rasika Sharmani Prabhu, he's a disciple of Maharaj, and he recommended me that I hear from him, because this is a pure devotee who's reading. It has an effect, because you can feel his love. You can feel his ecstasy when he's reading Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. But also, even more than that, the end of every video, the last 15-20 minutes, he answers questions from either devotees in person or devotees online. And so, this is amazing. These discussions are so amazing, and he's really enlightening us on so many topics, and you can feel his love, you can catch his love for Krishna. So I recommend it strongly. He has the whole Bhagavad Gita in there, whole Srimad Bhagavatam, whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. Look at this. This is an actual legend in the movement, and he's very underrated. The videos don't have a lot of views, and I just think it's unfortunate. But I think one day it's going to blow up. Honestly, people just don't know about him, because he's so humble. He's never trying to put himself out there. He's just doing his service because he knows it's the right thing. But anyways, this is my recommendation to you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope I was of some help. Please share your questions, reflections, or corrections if you have any. Yes?
Can you share the link on WhatsApp?
I can share definitely the link on WhatsApp. Thank you. And yeah, you might say with data, with the videos, and you're out, it might cost a lot of data. You might want to consider YouTube Premium account. I'm just saying. It's literally the only thing I pay for right now, but I have to, because it's so important. It makes it so that I don't have to, I can shut off the screen, and I can download the videos offline, and wherever I'm at, I can go for a walk and I can hear Maharaj reading. And it's just I could never live without it. Anybody else have anything you want to share about your experience with reading? Any tips you have or anything?
I had a quick question for clarification.
Yes.
So you were mentioning Bhagavad Puran and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Those two are two different books.
Yes.
Correct?
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? What's your favorite Srila Prabhupada book, and why? Can somebody tell me, please?
Science of Realization.
Can you give her a mic, please? Yeah. Nobody likes the microphone.
Not today.
It was Science of Self-Realization.
Science of Self-Realization. Why do you like this one?
Answering questions, simple to understand, not so difficult like Srimad Bhagavatam or even Bhagavad Gita. It's more understandable, just for me.
Yeah, because it's more answering question and short essays and whatnot. Yeah, this is actually the first Srila Prabhupada book I ever read. Actually, was Science of Self-Realization, and after that I was like, okay, I'm joining this movement. It's happening. So I really recommend it. Yeah, for sure. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, also the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because we have this, what do you call it, project or this initiative this month. Everywhere in ISKCON around the world, we try to distribute as many Bhagavad Gitas as possible. So if you don't have one, you know, it'd be good to have a copy at home. Or if you know somebody you love, for Christmas, there's not a better gift in the world you can ever give than a Bhagavad Gita. And yeah, anybody else have anything you want to share, or should we move on to the next part?
Yes, it seems kids program downstairs. They are preparing some short dramas, so we will call them and then we will go to Kirtan.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Books ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So, we're just going to get ready here. We're going to do a little play for you that we put together downstairs. But before we do that, I just wanted to mention one thing. There is actually a play troupe that is making their way to Ottawa for the 25th December, which is Christmas Day on the 25th. I believe the details are that the play starts at 5 o'clock. Am I correct? Can anybody confirm that? Yes. 5 p.m., yeah. And it's going to be at a theater near to here. So Madhava Prabhu has been working at trying to make those arrangements to rent the space. The space is about 170 seats, so it can accommodate quite a few persons. But it's kind of being thrown together last minute. Sometimes it's very difficult for us to know where Maharaj is going to be with his troops, and sometimes an opportunity comes up, and we can take advantage of it, and it's great. You know, he'll be stopping by, I believe, in Montreal on the day before, and then you know that they have offered to come on the 25th, and the whole crew is available to come and join him on that day. And I think the play is supposed to be the Devi that walks, right? So it's the story of Shakshi Gopal. And but I feel it's very important that if we do have a support from Ottawa or an attendance in Ottawa for that day, that we have a decent showing. Because I would hate to invite Maharaj to come with all the actors on that day to book that time off and only have 25 people or 25 people come in an auditorium of 150 or 170. So I know that a registration form kind of came out. Mandalaram Prabhu put it on our WhatsApp group, and just to see how many people would be interested in coming and participating. It's a free will performance, so it's not a ticketed event. So you don't have to pay any exorbitant amount or any amount that is. You could just come and attend, and that is actually the most encouraging thing. If we could just get people that would be interested in coming and seeing the play. Maharaj is expert. I don't know if any of you has anybody here had an experience to see Bhakti Marg Maharaj's plays? You could raise your hand if you've seen them. It's phenomenal. Maharaj has actually an experience as a play director, and he has lots of experience directing theater, being involved in theater. And if you see some of his plays, at Ratha Yatra or on other occasions, it's almost like professional theater, professional amateur theater when you see it. He's got the sound effects, he does everything, and it's really quite great. If you have kids, and the kids might be interested in seeing something like this, it's really, it leaves a very nice impression. Especially if we can get a nice venue with sound, lighting, and everything like that put together. So I just wanted to see, I know that this registration form went out, and I wanted to see what is the interest, because I know devotees, again, family, it's a holiday, you may have some other plans. Could you show me by a raise of hand who would be interested, or who thinks that they could come to this play if we were able to get Maharaj to come and carry through with the plan to be here on the 25th? Who would be able to attend by show of hands? And I'm going to go around the room and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12 to 13. All right. Yeah, 14. That's certainly not enough to get Maharaj to come. Yes.
I think because WhatsApp has come in the last minute and it's not enough, and plus a lot of audience doesn't know much about that also. I think one thing we can do is send a mass invitation through email, see if that works. And in that, we send a link also that click here, watch Maharaj earlier plays.
Yes.
Because to me, you know, Maharaj, you can say that his plays are like low-cost Disney plays, you can say. It's just that he doesn't have all the facilities, but the performance by his artists will beat any of the Disney, you know, top-class characters also. Just go and watch. I will tell everybody here. Probably my daughter has grown up, a lot of other children have grown up with that. So just don't underestimate this is an ordinary play or Christmas 25th. This is something not ordinary. It's not only the theme, but it's just that how one person can conduct a play with just bare minimum any cost. So that is the most important thing about it.
Yes, thank you very much, so that's a consideration. So I think we will have to make a decision probably midweek, because we still have to book the venue. There's some cost associated with the venue. But you know, if this is something you're inspired about, then it would be the time to really start connecting with your friends. And it's really great for people who actually maybe are new even to Krishna consciousness, who don't know so much. Maharaj really gears his plays like this, that anybody could come and connect from any background. So perhaps we can continue the dialogue and then just see what will happen. We'll keep you posted through WhatsApp. Maybe we'll send out an email. And if you have any questions, you can just let us know and connect with us. Okay? Thank you. Okay, so we have a little bit of amateur theater of our own here today, and we're going to begin with that. Okay? Here. Okay, so Trey, you could come head over here. This. Gaura, you can enter from this side. Try to do it with the mic. The walk with the mic. Set. Okay, great. Where's good? You ready? Okay, fantastic. Dharmic, is he here also? Dharmic here? Okay, ready? Set, go.
Once upon a time, a buffalo named Gaura was walking in the forest. Moo, moo. Everything's so boring. Trees are the same, the ground is the same, everything's so boring. Gaura went to go take a nap in the soft, cool mud. A few seconds later, some oxpecker birds came and started to tweet and make a bunch of noises.
Shoo! Get away, you oxpecker birds! You guys are bugging me. You guys aren't my friends.
The oxpecker birds were starting to get their feelings hurt.
You hurt my feelings.
Now the oxpecker birds were starting to fly away. Now Gaura went to go take a nap, but then he heard a buzzing sound. They were flies.
Shoo, you pesky flies.
Now that the flies are away, he can now take a nap.
Now that the flies are gone and those pesky birds are gone, I can finally take a nap.
He took a nap, and a few hours later, he woke up, and he decided to go home. His parents greeted him there.
Moo!
Moo!
Bankura, it's so nice to see you. Did you have a nice day?
It was kind of good, but those pesky oxpecker birds kept pecking me, and I shooed them away.
But those are your friends.
I know. Whatever.
Oh, Bankura, sweetheart.
Bankura decided to go to bed. The next morning he woke up and he felt like his skin was on fire.
Ah, my skin is burning. Ah.
He called his parents.
Mom, Dad.
Moo! Are you okay, son?
My skin's burning so much.
I told you, son, those are your friends. They get rid of the insects and parasites that make their skin feel like they are in a house fire.
I should maybe apologize to them.
That sounds like a good idea, sweetheart.
So I was gonna ask you, what do you guys think the moral of the story is?
Raise your hands. Anybody think it's the moral of this story? Does everybody know what happened there?
Don't judge the book by its cover.
Okay, so what was happening here is there's a little buffalo, and he was there, and then some birds were coming, and he was frustrated by those birds. They were just bugging him. And so he shooed them away. And then he went home, and he told his parents how his day went, and he said he shoot away. He felt proud of himself. He shoot away those pesky birds. And then the father said that those birds are your friends. And Bankura said, well, whatever. And then he went to sleep, and then he woke up, and he was itching, and it was burning, and it was so painful for him. And he started to go to his parents, and he went to his father, and his father told him that those are actually your friends. And he explained that they are oxpecker birds. So they pick up the parasites and insects on the skin of the bull. So they have a very symbiotic relationship. They work together. And so Trey is asking, what do you think? Some moral, something that we can learn from this story.
Not everyone hurts you, are your enemies.
Okay, not everyone hurts your enemies. Yes, Prabhu.
I think the buffalo parents also love their buffalo children.
Yes, we learned that buffalo parents love their buffalo children. Thank you. What else? Mataji, you think you could pass the microphone to Mataji? What's tomorrow? Into the mic.
Morals of treat your friends how you would like to be treated.
Okay, treat others how you'd like to be treated. That's nice, okay. What's another moral? What's something else? That's good. Another thing. Anybody else? Never hurts to be kind to others, does it? Right? That's one. Is there any other one?
Do good, have good.
Okay, do good, have good. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So, thank you very much. We'll introduce to you the cast of Bankura the Buffalo. Let's go up there. Over here, do on the side, the fish going tight. Over there. Do step out. Ready? Go. So we'll stand up right now. We can stretch our legs and we'll have a little bit of Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
time and don't slow down. Krishna Vistaya Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Krishna, Krishna, Hare Prabhu, Jaya, Stotra Stata Shri Srimati Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Prabhu, Jaya, Stotra Stata Shri Srimati Divine Grace. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem Se Gaura Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vatsadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham ki Mathura Dham ki Navadvip Dham ki Jagannath Puri Dham ki Ganga Maya Maya ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Sankirtan Yagya ki Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki Gaura Premanand. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Krishna. Probably a couple of announcements. Birds of Prabhu, do you have anything you wanted to share from the weekend with us? A special weekend?
Sunday's sponsorship.
Yep.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming. We don't have any Sunday sponsor for today. If somebody likes to sponsor, you're welcome to do so. Or any Sunday. But we have Sheila Mataji who sponsored weekly garlands.
Haribol!
Where was the garland? Would like to and then today, as you all know, that we are celebrating marathon, book marathon. If somebody likes to sponsor Bhagavad Gitas, a full case of 24 Bhagavad Gitas cost only $150. Either you can take the box with you and you distribute to so many your friends or families or relatives, or we will distribute on your behalf. You can contact me or Dulal Prabhu or Krishna Seva Prabhu for that. And for men who would like to experience how it feels like to be a full-time monk, we have a facility here where you can stay and you can attend the full-time programs throughout the day on the weekend. So you come on Friday evening and you stay here Friday and Saturday, and then you leave after the feast at this time. You can contact me for that. And on 22nd December, we are celebrating Gita Jayanti. You can see the posters are outside. And we will recite the full Bhagavad Gita. How many shlokas are there? 700. We are going to read all the 700 shlokas. It takes around 2.5 or 3 hours. And we will have very delicious Ekadashi Prasadam after that. That is on December 22nd, 6 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We'll be reading all 19 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. Just joking. Okay. I will. So, Krishna Seva Prabhu, do we have any other announcements to mention? Just for Seva or anything like that? Okay.
Cleaning today.
Yeah, if anybody wants to help us at the end of the program, mopping up, cleaning, doing the pots, more than welcome. The curtains are going to close in a couple of minutes, so if you'd like to take some darshan, take some pictures, make some prayers to the Lordships, feel free to do so. And we look forward to seeing you throughout the week and next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
नैव जायते शरीरा विद्या जाल जोड़िंद्रियता है काल जीवे फैले विशेषा गुरे तारा मध्य जीवायती लोभमया सुधर्मती ताके जेथा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ो दयामय गोरी बारे जीव जाए स्वर्ग साधन दिलो पाए नमृत पाओ जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
I'm just skipping.
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone raise your hands. Hare Krishna, Hare